Liam was a quiet technician, assigned to Outpost 9 on the edge of the neutral zone. The outpost wasn't anything special, just metal walls, blinking panels, and long silent halls. He liked it that way. No noise, no drama, just systems to check and repairs to finish. He had been working alone for months, surrounded by machines, drones, and the soft hum of electricity. Then one morning, his commander Nora gave him new orders. "You're going to the Zalari ship docked at Bay 6, she said. "They ask for help with internal diagnostics." Liam blinked. "Zalari? I've never worked with them before." "They trust humans more than their own tech crew," she said with a shrug. "Apparently, you're the best with cross-species systems." He grabbed his toolkit and walked to Bay 6, trying not to overthink it. The Zalari were known for being distant and cold, but peaceful. Liam had only seen them in Holoscreenstall, sharp-featured beings with glowing yellow eyes and strange braided hair. They looked like something out of an old myth. When he entered their ship, everything changed. The lights were soft and silver blue, the air slightly warmer, strange circular doors opened without a sound. He followed a quiet escort to the engine room and began scanning the power grid. He didn't notice the figure watching him from the shadows. Then she stepped forward. She was unlike any alien Liam had ever seen. A young, beautiful woman with blue skin and long white braids that fell over her armored shoulders. Her eyes were golden, glowing softly, but not in an artificial way. They looked alive, intelligent. She spoke in fluent Terran, her voice calm and steady. "Liam," she said. He turned quickly, confused. "Yes, you don't remember me," she said. He stared at her. "I don't think we've met." She tilted her head. "You once held my hand in the Valley of Winds. You smiled when our son opened his eyes for the first time." Liam froze. His mouth opened slightly, but no words came out. Then she said it. "You are my child's father." He blinked, thinking maybe he misheard. "Sorry, what?" The woman looked serious. "I am not joking." For a second, Liam laughed nervously. Is this some kind of Zalari humor? But she didn't laugh. She didn't even blink. "I'm sorry," he said. "I've never met you before." "My name is Mira," she said. 2 Earth years ago, we served together during the Unity mission. You were part of Project Genesis. They wiped your memories. I kept mine." Liam's head started spinning. Project Genesis? Unity mission? Memory wipe? "This is insane," he said. "I've never left Outpost 9. Mira took out a small device from her suit and tapped it. A 3D scan appeared between them. A child with soft blue skin, short dark hair, and eyes that looked just like his. "This is Solon," Mira said. "He is 6 moon cycles old, half human, half Zalari." Liam stared at the scan. Something about the child's face pulled at him, feeling deep in his chest that he couldn't explain. "This can't be real," he said quietly. "It is," she replied. He stepped back, heart pounding. "Why now? Why are you telling me this?" "Because he is in danger," she said. "Only you can help." Liam shook his head. I think there's been a mistake." Mira frowned. "You said the same thing the first time I kissed you." He froze again. Something flickered inside him, a flash. A sound, wind blowing through tall grass, a voice. Laughter, but it was gone in an instant. "Look," he said slowly, "even if this is true, I don't remember anything. I don't even know who you are." "I do," she said softly. "I remember everything." She stepped closer, but stayed respectful. "You used to fix broken systems with your hands and broken hearts with your words. You loved quietly, but deeply. You told me humans weren't made to survive space, but to change it. You changed me." Liam looked away. "I'm just a technician." "You are more than that," she said. "You're a father, and your child is not safe." He couldn't breathe properly now. The walls felt too close. The lights too dim. He had come here to fix a power grid, not to be told he had a child with an alien woman he didn't remember. "What do you want from me?" he asked. "I want you to come with me," she said. "To see him, to remember, to protect him." Liam shook his head slowly. "This is too much." Mira didn't argue. She just placed a small data disk in his hand. "When you're ready," she said, Insert this into your personal console. It contains your mission file. The real one. Unlocked for your eyes only. Then she turned and walked away. Her footsteps silent on the metallic floor. Liam stood there alone, holding the disc. Feeling like the world had cracked open beneath his feet, he looked at the scan again. The child's eyes stared back at him. Liam sat on the edge of his bunk, holding the small data disc in his hand. His room on Outpost 9 was quiet, lit only by the soft blue light of the wall console. He hadn't spoken a word since he returned from the Zellari ship. The technician in him wanted to analyze the situation logically, but the man inside was shaken. Could what Mira said really be true? He placed the disc into the console. The screen blinked, paused, then unlocked with a soft beep. A message appeared. "Welcome back, Liam. Unity mission classified memory file." His fingers hovered over the play icon. He pressed it. The screen showed a recording. Lush green valley stretched under twin suns. Strange trees swayed in the wind. And there he saw himself. Not in technician gear, but in a light diplomatic suit. Smiling, laughing, walking beside. Mira, his heart skipped a beat. He watched himself helping Zellari villagers repair a broken water system. He saw Myra hand him a scanner. They worked side by side, close, comfortable. Then, moment froze him completely. He saw Mira and his past self standing by a glowing blue river, her hand in his. He leaned forward and kissed her gently. Liam pulled back from the screen, breathing hard. This can't be real, ... But it was. The date was there. The location. Zellari. Earth mission. 2 years ago. He watched as they sat together on a hill. Mira placed something small and round in his hand, a glowing seed. She whispered something to him. The memory didn't have sound, but Liam could feel the emotion behind it. Then came the final clip. Mira lying in a peaceful room, holding a newborn. The child's eyes opened slowly, one golden, one hazel. Liam's voice from the past whispered, "He's perfect." The file ended. Liam sat frozen for a long time. He didn't remember it, not a single moment, but the feelings. They stirred something deep inside. It wasn't just data, it was real, and it had been taken from him. He stood and walked to the mirror. His reflection stared back, pale and confused. Why would they wipe my memory? He had 1,000 questions and no answers. But one thing was now clear. Mira hadn't lied. Child was real. The past was real, and someone didn't want him to remember it. The next morning, Liam reported to Commander Nora's office. "I need access to the Unity mission records," he said firmly. Nora raised an eyebrow. "That's above your clearance." "I know," he replied, "but I was part of it. They erased my memory." Nora stared at him. Her face shifted slightly, just for a moment, like she already knew. "Go back to work, Liam," she said calmly. "You're tired. I saw the footage. Mira showed me." Nora leaned back in her chair. "Then you already know enough. Leave the past where it is." Liam felt anger rising. "I deserve to know why. I deserve to know who made that decision." Nora's voice dropped. "Project Genesis was meant to test peace through shared experience. Human and Zellari, you volunteered. But when the council saw what happened, ... they got scared. A child wasn't part of the plan, so they erased it?" Liam asked. "They erased both your memories," she said, "but Mira's people restored hers. Ours chose to keep it hidden." Liam shook his head in disbelief. "They let me live like none of it ever happened? It was meant to protect you, and protect him." Liam stared at her. Well, it didn't work. Back in his room, Liam stared out the window. The stars looked different now. He wasn't just a technician. He was part of something larger. He had loved someone. He had a child. And now that child was in danger. The console beeped again. A new message had arrived. "From Myra, they know you've seen the file. I'm being followed. I have to leave the ship soon. If you still care, even if you don't remember, meet me at Dock Bay 3 at sunset." Liam didn't hesitate. He packed his tools, strapped on his lightweight armor, and slipped out quietly. He didn't care about orders now. He only cared about the truth and the child who carried part of him. Dock Bay 3 was quiet when he arrived. The sky above was orange and gold, fading into deep purple. The wind from the air vents carried the scent of metal and dust. Then she appeared Mira, walking calmly but quickly, a small bag on her shoulder. "You came," she said. Liam nodded, saw everything. She looked into his eyes. "Believe me now?" "Yes," he said. "I believe you." She looked relieved, but her eyes also held worry. "They've traced the disc," she said. "You'll be marked now, just like me." "I don't care," Liam said. "Where is Solon?" "Hidden," she said, "but not for long. A group of extremists on both sides want him gone. They say he's unnatural, dangerous." "A child," Liam said. "Our child." Myra nodded. "I want to help," he said. Myra looked at him with quiet strength. "Then come with me. We leave now. I'll take you to him." Liam glanced once at the station as home, his job. The quiet life he once thought was enough. Then he turned to Mira. "Let's go." Together, they walked into the ship, the doors closed behind them, and the real journey began. Liam sat inside Mira's small transport ship, watching the stars drift by through the main window. The silence was heavy, but not uncomfortable. Mira was piloting the ship calmly, her golden eyes focused, her long white braids gently swaying. With the ship's soft vibration, he still didn't know what to say. Part of him felt like he was dreaming. Another part was slowly waking up. "How far is the moon colony?" he asked finally. 3 jumps, Mira replied. "It's hidden behind the Trellon belt. That's why it's been safe. Until now." "And Solon is there, yes?" she said, her voice soft. "With one of my old teachers. She's been protecting him. But we've received a signal. Someone is tracking the location." Liam leaned back in his seat. "I don't understand why they would want to hurt a child." "Because he's not just a child," Mira said. "He's proof that we don't need to stay divided. Some people fear that more than war." Liam nodded slowly. "The ones in power always fear change." Mira looked at him. "You looked at." "You used to say he looked away, unsure how to respond." "I still don't remember everything. Just pieces, flashes." "That's all right," she said gently. "You don't need to remember the past to protect the future." Her words stayed with him as the ship prepared for the first jump. As the engine hummed, Liam's mind wandered. Who was he during the Unity mission? What had he said? What had he felt? He wasn't just a technician then. He had been part of something. Greater, something brave. He wanted to find that version of himself again, after the first jump. Myra guided the ship to a quiet orbit near a communications relay. She handed Liam a small device. "We'll need to unlock the hidden files before." "We reached the colony," she said.
Ah!
"There's a tracker in the Unity program logs. It might tell us who leaked Solon's location." Liam connected the device to the ship's console. Screen popped up with encrypted data. "Level 7 encryption," he muttered. "Very old Terran tech. I can handle it." He worked quickly. His hands were steady, but his heart raced. Someone inside the human government or Zellery Council wanted Solon gone. Then this wasn't just a personal problem. It was political. Maybe even dangerous. Lines of code scrolled by. Then the screen stopped. A name appeared. Project Genesis, Memory Division-led programmer. Arlen Voslium frowned. "I know this name." Mira nodded slowly. "Arlen was the one who designed the memory wipe. He was also my mentor," Liam said. "Taught me everything about systems and neural safety." I trusted him. "Sometimes the ones we trust most are the ones who hide the biggest secrets," Mira said. Liam kept digging. More data appeared. Secret meeting logs. Notes about Project Genesis. He read them aloud. Subject 41 and Subject X3 have shown strong emotional bonding. Unplanned attachment observed. Possible offspring confirmed. Council demands shutdown of program and memory removal to avoid political scandal. Liam's hands clenched. "They treated us like test subjects. You weren't alone, Mira said. It did the same to others. But we were the only ones who... who had a child. Liam stared at the words. Subject 41. That was him. He had been studied, used, then discarded. But they hadn't destroyed the truth completely. He held the proof. Suddenly, the ship's alert system beeped. Mira rushed to the controls. 2 ships approaching from behind. No ID signal? Pirates, Liam asked. No, Mira said. Too clean. Too fast. These are professionals. Liam didn't hesitate. I'll power up the shields. Get ready to jump again. As Myra calculated the coordinates, Liam boosted the ship's energy core. The unknown ships were getting closer. Lights blinking. Weapons charging. Then a message came through. Surrender the child's location. You have 1 minute. Mira didn't reply. Liam looked at her. They don't even know Solon's not on board. They don't care, she said. They just want to stop us. He set up a burst decoy signal. This will make it look like we dropped out of Jump Near. The second moon of Tekra, smart Myra said, launching it. The ship made the next jump just in time. The ship moved carefully through the Trellin belt. Big rocks floated slowly in space, spinning like silent giants. Liam kept his eyes on the scanner, watching for anything unusual. Mira, calm as always, guided the ship through the safest path. They were close now. Is the colony on the surface of the moon? Liam asked. Myra shook her head. No, it's built inside a mountain. Safer that way. Hidden from long-range scans? Liam nodded, impressed. How many people live there? Only a few families, she replied. Old Zalari thinkers, outcasts, peaceful people. They accepted Solon when no one else would. Why them? He asked. Because they believe that love between species is not weakness. They think it's a new step for both worlds. Liam liked that thought. He looked out the window, searching for the moon. Then he saw it, a quiet silver-gray world, spinning slowly under the light of a nearby sun. Mira activated the landing sequence. The ship moved down through the clouds and hovered over a large mountain covered in rock and dust. A secret door opened in the side of the cliff, revealing a small landing bay with soft lights glowing along the edges. As they touched down, Mira stood and looked at Liam. Are you ready? He nodded. I think I've been ready since the moment. I saw him. They stepped off the ship together. The air inside the colony was warm and clean. Smooth metal walls curved around the space like a giant shell. Quiet footsteps echoed in the halls. An old Zellery woman with silver eyes and a gentle smile approached them. Mira, she said kindly, and you must be Liam. Yes, Liam replied. I'm here for my son. The woman nodded. Come. With me, he's been waiting. They walked through a long hallway with soft lights. Liam's heart beat faster with every step. He didn't know what to expect. Would the child know him? Would he feel anything? He barely knew how to feel himself. Finally, they reached a small room filled with plants and warm light. In the center, a young boy sat on a soft mat, playing with small glowing stones. He looked up as they entered. Liam's breath caught in his throat. The boy had soft blue skin like Mira, but his eyes one golden, one hazel were unmistakably. Human. Solon. Myra whispered. The boy stood up and ran into her arms. She hugged him tightly, smiling as her eyes filled with gentle tears. Then Solon turned and looked at Liam. Liam knelt down slowly. Hi, he said softly. The boy stared at him, curious. I'm Liam, he said. I'm your father. For a moment Solon said nothing. Then he walked forward and gently touched Liam's hand. Do you fix machines? He asked Liam. Smiled. Yes, I do. Solon smiled back. I like machines. Mira laughed quietly. He takes after you. Liam looked at his son. A warmth filled his chest, strange, powerful, and deep. He felt like something had finally returned to him. They spent the day together. Liam showed Solon how to take apart a small device and put it back together. The boy was smart, very smart, and quick to learn. That evening, the three of them sat together near a window, watching the stars. "Do you remember anything?" Solon asked suddenly. Liam looked at him a little. "But not everything. It's okay," the boy said. "You're still you?" Those simple words made Liam's heart ache. He had missed so much. But Solon didn't blame him. He just accepted him. As they sat quietly, a soft alarm beeped in the background. Mira stood up quickly and checked the signal panel on the wall. Her face grew serious. "What is it?" Liam asked. "A ship entered orbit," she said. "No ID signal. Same design as the ones that chased us earlier." Liam stood. How did they find us so fast? They must have tracked the ship's energy pattern. We didn't mask it well enough during the last jump. Myra looked at the old Zelari woman. "We have to move the child. Now, I'll prepare the escape tunnel," she replied calmly. Liam turned to Myra. "What do you need me to do?" She looked into his eyes. "Stay with Solon. I'll stall them if they try to land." "No," Liam said firmly. "I'm not letting you face them alone. We'll protect him together." Mira paused, then nodded. "Then follow me." She handed Liam a small pulse device. "This can disable any drone within 10 meters. Just aim and click." Liam took it, holding it tight. He wasn't a soldier, but for Solon, he'd fight like one. They rushed through the halls. The peaceful colony was now full of silent, quick-moving people packing up supplies and heading into hidden tunnels. Liam carried Solon in his arms. The boy held on to him without fear. "Are they bad people?" Solon asked. "They're afraid," Liam replied, "but we're not." Outside, the sound of engines grew louder. The enemy ship was landing. Mira gave the signal to the others. "We'll hold them off. Just get Solon to safety." Liam passed the child to the old caretaker, then turned to Mira. "Ready?" he asked. She nodded. "Let's protect our future." They moved to the front gate, where the wind was blowing sand across the landing bay. Lights from the enemy ship cut through the dust. 3 shadowy figures stepped out tall, armored and silent. Liam raised the pulse device. Mira held her staff ready. This was not the life Liam had expected. But it was the life he had now, and he was not going to run from it, not anymore. The mountain was quiet again, but Mira knew it wouldn't last. Liam stood beside her, his hands dusty and his face tired. They had stopped the intruders, but it was clear they were being hunted. Solon wasn't just a child, he was the reason. Powerful people were chasing them back inside the colony. Mira checked the systems. "We have 5 hours, maybe less, before another ship arrives," she said. Liam nodded. "Then we move Solon to the fallback location?" "Yes," she replied. "But first I want to show you something." She led him through a narrow passage that opened into a hidden chamber. Inside were rows of glowing orbs, each floating in the air. Some held tiny crystals, others held memory chips. But in the center of the room was a large silver sphere surrounded by 3 floating rings. "This," Mira said quietly, "is what started everything." Liam stared at it. "Is it?" "It's called a core seed," Mira replied. "Ancient tech. It holds DNA of thousands of life forms. It can help rebuild a planet or even create a new one." Liam took a step back. "Wait, you're saying that the people chasing Solon, they want this?" "Yes," Mira said. "And Solon," Liam's eyes widened, "because it carries part of the core seed's code." She nodded. "Carried the seed inside me during a mission. After we came together, part of its code passed into him. He's the first hybrid born with that code inside." Liam understood now. Solon wasn't just special because of his parents. He was part of something bigger, something ancient and powerful. Mira looked at Liam seriously. "That's why we have to protect him. It's not just about us anymore." Liam touched the silver sphere gently. "Why didn't you destroy it?" "Because it's not a weapon," she said. "It's hope. But in the wrong hands, it becomes danger." Suddenly, the colony lights flickered. Mira turned to a nearby panel. "They're jamming our signal. Another ship has arrived." "Bigger this." "Time," Liam clenched his fists. "We don't have time to run anymore, do we?" Mira looked at him. No, but we can do something else. She pulled out a crystal and placed it into the silver sphere. The rings around it began to spin. Lights formed in the air like small stars. What are you doing? Liam asked. Waking it up, she replied. A soft humming filled the chamber. The sphere opened slightly, and a pulse of energy moved through the walls, outside in the tunnels. The walls glowed faintly. Plants stirred. Machines that had been quiet began to activate. Defense systems older than the colony itself came to life. In another part of the colony, Solon looked up as a soft voice echoed in his head. Hello, child of seed and star? He blinked. Who's there? The voice replied, I am what sleeps. Beneath but now I wake, because of you. Solon stood quietly for a moment. Then he ran to find Mira and Liam. Back in the chamber, Liam watched the rings spin faster. This is going to draw them in faster, he said. Mira nodded. Yes, but it will also wake the planet. Solon rushed in. Mother. Father. The voice talked to me. Mira knelt. What did it say? It said I'm the child of seed and star. Mira looked at Liam. The core seed is recognizing him. He's bonded to it. Suddenly, an alarm rang through the colony. A message popped up on the wall. Enemy units approaching 15 detected armed. Liam grabbed a shield tool and handed one to Mira. We hold them here. But Solon stepped forward. No, I think I can stop them. Mira stood. Solon, it's too dangerous. No, he said calmly. But I feel something inside. Me. Like I can talk to the machines. Mira looked at Liam. Liam gave a slow nod. We trust him. Mira kissed Solon's head. And do what you can, little star. Solon placed his hand on the silver sphere. The spinning stopped. Then, slowly, the sphere rose in the air and began to shine. Lines of light moved across the walls and ceiling, spreading through the colony like veins. Outside, as enemy soldiers stepped closer, the ground under them began to shift. Walls rose. Plants turned to hard crystal and blocked paths. Energy shields activated, cutting the attackers off from each other. Back in the chamber, Solon's eyes glowed faintly. His voice sounded older. The seed speaks. It remembers. Mira and Liam watched in amazement. Solon lifted his hand across the colony. Doors closed, traps activated, and a dome of light formed around the mountain. The attackers outside had no way in, then Solon collapsed. Liam rushed forward and caught him. Solon. The boy opened his eyes slowly. I'm okay, just tired. Mira held them both close. You did it. Solon smiled weakly. I think the planet is awake now. Mira stood up, her voice steady. Then they won't stop coming, not until they take him. Liam looked at her. Then we need to leave this planet. She nodded. There's one way. Mira walked to the sphere. Send the seed to a safe place. Let it choose the next world. We go with it. Liam looked surprised. It can travel? Yes, she said. But only with its guide. She looked at Solon. He looked back and nodded. I'm ready. They knew this would change everything. But it was the only way forward. The mountain base shook as the enemy ship opened fire. Outside, clouds of smoke began to rise. Inside the base, alarms flashed red, and the lights flickered. Liam stood beside Mira and Tarn, watching the screens as enemy soldiers landed and spread out like dark ants across the rocky surface. We don't have much time, Tarn said, typing fast on the console. They're cutting through the outer shield. Mira held Solon close. The boy was quiet but calm. His eyes were focused, watching the chaos on the screens. He was only 6 years old, but at that moment he looked far older. They're not. Here for us, Mira whispered. They want him, I know, Liam said. But they'll have to go through me first. Tarn looked up. We might not be able to stop them completely, but we can slow them down. Liam, you need to take Solon and Mira to the escape tunnel. No, Liam said firmly. I'm not running again. I said I'd protect them. Solon suddenly stepped forward and placed his hand on the control table. The screen changed, flickering images of the soldiers, the ships, and energy fields filled the screen. Solon's eyes glowed faintly, but not with light. It was as if something inside him had awakened. "What's happening?" Liam asked, stepping. Back. Stared at the boy. "He's connecting to the system." "How is he doing this?" "I don't know," Mira said softly. "He's never done this before." Solon closed his eyes. The base's shaking stopped. The alarms went silent. Then Solon opened his mouth and spoke, not in a loud voice, but in a voice that felt deeper than sound. "I don't want to fight," he said, "but I won't let them take us." The entire base lit up. The walls pulsed with energy. Outside, defense cannons turned on by themselves and fired beams of blue light. Enemy ships began falling from the sky. The soldiers stopped, confused. As machines around them came to life, Solon was controlling the base. Tarn looked at him with awe. "I've never seen anything like this, not even in the ancient records." "He's protecting us," Mira whispered, tears forming in her eyes, just like his father. Liam didn't know what to say. He walked over and knelt beside Solon. "You're doing great, buddy, but don't push yourself." Solon opened his eyes. "I'm okay. We need to send a message." "A message?" Tarn asked. "To the Zalari Council," Solon said. "The Human Command Center." Liam blinked. "You want to talk to both governments?" Solon nodded. "They need to hear me. They need to see what I am, what I'm not." Tarn hesitated, then opened the comms channel open. "Are you sure?" Solon stepped forward. His face was calm and serious. He spoke into the microphone. "I am Solon," he said. "I am not a weapon. I am not a danger. I am the son of a human and a Zalari. I am alive. I have thoughts. I have dreams." The message was sent in every known language. Reached ships, stations, planets even, Earth. "I do not want war," Solon continued. "I want peace. I want to grow. I want to live without fear." Command rooms across the galaxy, people stopped to listen. Generals paused. Scientists leaned forward. Leaders sat quietly. The voice of a child had broken through the noise of power and politics. Back at the mountain base, the attack had stopped. The enemy ships hovered, unsure. Soldiers lowered their weapons. Something had changed. "Look," Mira whispered. Outside the base, a large screen lit up in the sky. "A Zalari elder," appeared one of the High Council. "We have received your message, child," the elder said. "And we have seen enough war." The image faded. Then another screen appeared, this time a human admiral from Earth's outer fleet. "Liam," the admiral said, "you've made contact, and your son, eh? Maybe the beginning of something new. We will not interfere." Both messages ended. Tarn slowly sat down. "They're backing off." Liam turned to Mira. "It worked." She smiled, placing her hand on Solon's head. "He did it." That night, the base was quiet again. No alarms, no danger. Solon slept peacefully in a small room, curled up with a soft blanket and a glowing star toy. Mira sat beside him, brushing his hair gently. Liam leaned on the doorway, watching them. "He changed everything," Liam said softly. Mira nodded. "And so did you." Liam walked into the room and sat beside them. "Do you think it'll last? The peace?" "I don't know," she said honestly, "but I believe it has started." Tarn joined them with a warm drink in his hand. "Can stay here, build something. Others like you may come." "Others?" Liam asked. Tarn smiled. "Families, new children, yeah, a new way." Liam looked at Mira, then at Solon. "I think we'd like that." Weeks passed. The base became a home. The rooms were cleaned, the lights repaired. Trees from nearby forests were planted outside the entrance. Other families did arrive, Solari, humans. Even those from other worlds, people tired of fear and ready for peace. And in the middle of it all was Solon, the boy who had spoken to two worlds. One evening, as the stars shone bright above the calm, Valley Liam sat with Mira outside the base, looking up. "Do you remember when we first met?" he asked. She smiled. He said, "This must be a joke." And you said, he chuckled. "You are my child's father," she said, laughing gently. Liam reached for her hand. It wasn't a joke. It was the beginning. Myra leaned against him. Yes, the beginning of something better. Above them, the stars twinkled. And somewhere far away, Earth and the Zellery homeworld watched the same sky, no longer enemies, but listeners to the voice of a child. The mountain colony was now fully alive. Ancient machines hummed. Protective walls stood tall. The attackers were gone trapped or retreating. But Mira, Liam, and Solon knew the peace wouldn't last long. Mira worked quickly, connecting a silver device to the core seed. Lights blinked across its surface. Liam stood nearby, checking a data screen showing star maps. "Are you sure the seed can take us to another world?" Liam asked. "Yes," Myra replied. "It has done it before, many times. It remembers safe paths." Solon sat quietly on the floor. His eyes looked far away, like he was listening to something no one else could hear. "The seed is calling the ship," he said softly. "It will be here soon." Liam looked at Mira. "A ship?" She nodded. "Not made by humans." "What?" "Even by my people. It's a seed ship. Grown, not built." Liam raised his eyebrows. "You're serious?" Before Mira could reply, the ceiling above them opened slowly. Blue light poured in. From the sky, something large began to descend, smooth and curved like a giant shell, glowing softly with green and gold veins. Solon smiled. "It's here." The seed ship touched down without a sound. The colony's machines welcomed it with light and soft tones, like a long-lost friend had come home. Mira walked up a narrow ramp and placed her hand on the ship's surface. It responded to her touch, opening a path inside. "We must leave now," she said, "before the next attack begins." Liam looked around one last time. "Goodbye, Earth. I never thought I'd leave like this." Mira led them into the ship. Inside, it felt alive. The walls were soft and pulsing like breathing skin. Lights moved like flowing water, showing the way. Solon touched the walls gently, like it knows me. "It does," Mira replied. "You carry part of its code. You are part of its family now." They reached a central room. In the middle was a floating seat shaped like a flower. The ship's heart. Solon sat down without being told. As he did, the ship began to glow brighter. Gentle hum filled the space. Liam and Myra held on to nearby grips as the ship lifted silently into the sky. Outside, the colony closed behind them. The mountain folded back in place, hiding everything once more. The ship rose higher and higher until they broke through the atmosphere. Stars stretched above them, clear and sharp. Liam stared through the window. "It's beautiful." Mira looked at him and nodded. "We're free now, for a while." Duh. The ship moved faster than human science could explain. No fuel, no engines. Just ancient power and memory. "Where are we going?" Liam asked. Solon, eyes half closed, answered softly. "The seed knows. It's searching for the world garden," Myra explained. "Long ago, there were places in the galaxy where seeds were planted. Not plants, but ideas. Life, peace, healing. The world garden is one of them, and you think it's still out there?" Liam asked. "I know it is," she replied. "The seed remembers it." Days passed inside the ship. There was no hunger. The ship fed them through soft fruits and clean water it grew inside. It was quiet, calm. Solon became stronger each day. He began to speak with the ship more clearly. "It's happy," he told them one evening. "It hasn't traveled in a long time." But peace did not last. One night alarms began to sound. Red light pulsed through the ship. Mira rushed to the console. "Another ship is following us fast." "Who?" Liam asked. She checked the signal. "It's not Earth-based. It's from the Cold Ring." Liam frowned. "The mercenaries?" "Yes," she said. "They hunt rare tech." "And now they're after the seed?" Solon stood. "Can't let them catch us." Liam turned to Mira. "Can the seed fight?" "It can defend," she said, "but only if Solon allows it." Solon nodded. Oh. He sat back in the flower-shaped seat. The walls of the ship changed. Sharp shapes grew along the outside. Shields rose. Energy flowed through the veins of the ship like fire. Behind them, the cold ring ship approached fast. They sent a message. Surrender the seed, or we destroy you. Solon replied in a calm voice, no. The enemy ship fired first. Bright beams of light flew toward them, but before they hit, the seed ship folded space, twisting like a wave, and dodged the attack. Liam stared in shock. How did it do that? By bending light and time, Mira said. It's not like our machines. The seed ship fired back not with weapons, but with sound. A deep, powerful tone filled space. The cold ring ship shook, its systems freezing. Solon focused. The seed is warning them, but the enemy ship didn't listen. It fired again, this time hitting the seed ship's side. Sparks flew. The walls shook. Liam held Solon's arm. Stay strong. I'm trying, Solon said. Mira closed her eyes. We must trust him. Then something changed. The seed ship stopped moving. The stars outside stopped too.